Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Line Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about slow repetitions. And I've covered this before, but one thing I want to say is that, we always get the newbies in the comments section saying, hey Jason, you got to slow your reps down if you want to get optimal gains. And you know what, if you would have did slow reps in your day, you would have got even more gains, that kind of crap, right? And of course, I have done a lot of slow repetitions. I used to do slow reps on the way down and all this, and it was awesome. At first I thought, oh my God, I found the holy grail of muscular gains when I first did it, because I was getting really sore in a different and new way. But what I found was after about a month or so, it just kind of stopped. It wasn't necessarily adding anything more to my training. So do I think slow reps are valid at certain times? Of course. And you will see me sometimes when I'm doing a workout, I'll do like fast reps, and then the last rep or so, I'll start to slow it down and basically get some sort of forced reps. I'll cheat the rep up and then do a slow negative on the way down. So in that way, I incorporate some slow reps from time to time. But one thing I have found is that the contraction intensity is also a very valid method to increasing the intensity on the muscle and forcing it to grow. So I sometimes feel that people put too much emphasis on the slow rep, on the eccentric portion of the rep. I find they sometimes emphasize that a bit too much. It's kind of like the strict police, where they become so strict and everything's about strict, and that's how they're going to get the most muscle mass. But I find the opposite. A lot of times if I cheat the reps through a little bit to keep that tension on the muscle belly, I find I manifest more intensity on the muscle belly instead of actually just doing slow reps. Because when I do slow reps, or if I do super strict reps, sometimes I find other muscles start to take over because they're not as explosive. You understand? So certain muscles are going to be explosive. And this gets me to my next point. The people who are benefiting the most from slow reps may have more endurance fibers. There's a possibility that their endurance fibers in their muscle, they may be dominant in that, and that might be why they're getting more benefit from the slow rep. Now, maybe the opposite's true, but for me, I found, whether it's fast twitch fiber dominance or slow twitch fiber dominance, I find that if I cheat the reps up a little bit to get that extra intensity and get those extra contractions, I find I get more muscular gains from that rather than going super strict and super slow. So I've done extensive experiments with this. I've done so many times, like I've went back and forth so many times over the last 34 years, you don't even know. But one thing I have found is that depending on the speed of the rep will also influence what part of your body is hitting fatigue or muscular failure. And that is something that is also extremely important to understand, because certain techniques lend themselves to hitting certain muscles more than others, and speed is no different. Sometimes there are certain muscles that take over isometrically because you're approaching isometrics when you go super slow. You still are moving, but you're approaching more of an isometric contraction, and that causes other muscles to get activated more so maybe than the prime mover, right? So there are muscles that seem to be dominant for isometrics and muscles that are dominant for movement, and this is also affected by the speed of your rep. Profound, right? This will be different for everybody, might not be the same for you, but when you criticize my form and say, hey Jason, you're going too fast and stuff, well, there's a reason why I'm doing this. I have done so much experimentation through different reps and stuff, and I found this is where I find the most intensity hits the muscle belly, and this is where I get the most amount of growth and gains. So that's why I do it, because it's the best possible thing for me, and that's what I know, and you can't tell me otherwise. And my daddy's bigger than your daddy, and your mom's phone number is on the wall of the bathroom at my gym. So take that. So now that that's settled, we can easily say that repetition speed is not the same for everybody, and you need to experiment with it, of course, for yourself to find out which one is giving you the best results, which one are you feeling the most pumpy and lumpy with, and which one is giving you that tearing feeling in the muscle belly, and that is going to be your secret technique for you in order to grow the most amount of muscle. Mountain. So I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. And kiss if you don't like my tips, because I don't care, because I'm a monster in the woods. And monsters in the woods don't worry about what people think. But please subscribe, because you know what? It helps the channel. I'm contradicting myself. Mountain.